shall we play a game?
We got Star Wars Unlimited. We got classic Star Wars games. We got old school D&D, independent RPGs, mini painting, Warhammer, of course, tons of other games. But first, we're gonna need some coffee here on Corporate Sector Productions. Hey everybody, and welcome to another retro review. I'm your host Fen. We have Tanya with us.
Hey everybody.
And don't worry, we switched recording spots for Tanya, so the audio on her end will definitely be much better this week.
Yes.
All right.
It's JLab Beasts. That's what these are.
They're great. The features that you've shown me so far, those seem like some really good headphones. It's just because when you're in the high traffic room of the house, it picks up just about everything around, and it's like the audio quality is great. It's just super sensitive.
It's design. It's supposed to just cut out the screaming and yelling part, but it's supposed to pick up every single word being said. So when the 7-year-old is having full-on conversations with whoever on the headset, yeah. He was asked to be quiet a couple of times, and it didn't activate with his screaming. It didn't.
Just when he was talking, it was coming through.
Yeah, he could have kept on screaming. I wouldn't have heard him.
Luckily, I don't know if it's luckily or it's like I still got like 6 years, 3 months until my little one reaches that stage. So
no, she should be reaching it sooner because this is typical for 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 1.5-year-olds to be doing.
Yeah.
So boys do different than girls. Girls do it earlier than boys do it. No offense, but I
will fully admit that as a boy, we developed much slower than girls.
So
we are idiots well until our 40s, sometimes 50s for some of us. All right, Han Solo, the corporate sector. Enough of me apologizing for my gender. All right, so this is another one that I've gotten recently from Noble Knight Games. Yeah, it's kind of cool how much of like a selection of old, outdated, out of print RPG books they have on that website. Not just for Star Wars, but for a lot of other different games. And it's a good thing that I've told myself I'm only allowed to purchase old Star Wars RPG books, because I could probably flesh out a good chunk of my collection of AD&D stuff at the same time. But I'm not going to, because if I keep buying RPG books, we'll never get through this series. So that way we can start focusing on like the other show that I want to do, which is more game theory than reviews. But anyways, that's down the road. This book covers the Han Solo trilogy by Brian Daley. So there was 3 books written covering the early adventures of Han Solo and Chewbacca, Han Solo at Star's End, Han Solo's Revenge, and Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. They're kind of like his early adventures before you meet him in the Star Wars cantina, give him more of his backstory. Granted, a lot of that all became Legends when Disney bought the rights, but they did keep like the Legends version of like how Han got the Millennium Falcon is winning it in the card game from Lando. So the Solo movie gets a complete pass as being awesome in my book, even though it doesn't jive with this.
That's
book.
Why it doesn't work well.
And the other thing that doesn't jive from this era of the Star Wars extended universe, the corporate sector was basically, in my headcanon, has always been like how I would run it. Is you had all the corporations that were part of the Trade Federation, the Techno Union, the Bankers Guild. All those people were like the big bads during the Clone Wars. Kind of like all those corporations went bye-bye, and some of the smaller corporations got like backed by the Empire and took over a whole the whole mining manufacturing sector of the universe. And that's what the corporate sector is in this book, is it's all the big corporations control a resource heavy sector of space. And they almost have like their own mini, like, it's not really part of the empire. It's not really part of the republic. They're just like, we have money and power and we supply to whoever's in charge politically. And they have their own people who are in charge of policing the corporate sector called the Corporate Sector Authority. And of course they have their own, this book dives into all of that. It talks about how the people that live in the corporate sector are basically indentured servants. Everybody owes money to the corporation. They're trying to work their way out. It's very much a seedy, evil corporation, group of corporations controlling the sector of the galaxy. So it dives into all the politics and stuff of that. List out they got a section on the crimes in the CSA. Crimes against the CSA. Like a Class A crime is piracy, terrorism, sabotage, or embezzlement. A Class B is conspiracy, credit fraud, unionization, and weapons running. Class C, vandalism, possession of illegal weapons, dereliction of duty. Class D, disorderly behavior at work, being late to work, unsafe work behavior, and disrespectful behavior towards the corporate sector authority. These are all crimes in the corporate sector. So we got the Star's End. It's the CSA penal facility. So you got stats in the map of their big, like, okay, we're going to take you to Star's End. You're in jail for violating the laws of the corporate sector. So you can bust some people out. You got some friends that ran afoul, had some bad business deals with the corporate sector. You got to bust them out of jail. You got to go to Star's End. It's got stats for all the characters from the books and important players in the sector. It's got stats for notable ships of the sector, vehicles, weapons, gear, droids, aliens, creatures. Basically just your standard source book. And gives you another little part of the Star Wars sandbox to play in if you're playing these kind of games, which ties into last week's your tramp freighter smuggler running stuff such as guns into the corporate sector. You know, just slap these two books together. You got yourself the start of a really good campaign here.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, I rambled pretty fast and hard on that one. You got any comments?
I am definitely getting a B violation, and I think my pilot's definitely gonna get a C violation multiple times over.
What? The vandalism, the possession of illegal weapons, or dereliction of duty?
Dereliction of duty.
All right. All right. So yeah, definitely say for when we do Spandex Squadron Season 2, these would definitely be like the two books to kind of like look
review
at
and keep handy.
Yeah, so we can. Okay, I'm starting to get an idea of what we're going to do for Spandex Squadron Season 2. Got an idea starting to burr. We'll get back to that at some point. But all right. That is all we've really got for Retro Review this week. We're keeping them fast and short, so that way we can make sure the content gets out to you. I know a couple weeks ago I had a couple weeks in the past month. I've had some episodes coming up late because of editing job time and other stuff was keeping me from being able to upload on time, but I still got them up on the day. But hopefully this one aired at midnight, so you've had all day to be able to find it. But peace.
Peace.
Hey everybody, thanks for staying till the end of the episode. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook at Board Barista Productions. And if you want to support us, Patreon link at the bottom.